So you heard Russia has beautiful women, Abi, and they enter your eyes. You're thinking maybe I should carry my bag and move to Russia, find a beautiful Russian queen and start a new family. Then you start to ponder, what about the cold? I heard it could get as cold as minus 80 degrees during the winter. Chineke Natochi, is this true or fake news? What about cost of living? What about jobs in Russia? I heard that the sanctions has crippled the economy entirely and all foreign companies have left Russia. Tochi, is this true? How do you guys make money in Russia? How do you survive? Okay, I'm a black man. What about racism? Am I going to be shot by the police because I'm black? Do you feel safe in Russia? So today is your lucky day because I'm going to answer all these questions and more. But most importantly, I've got amazing news for you guys. Russian government has introduced a new law that has now made it easy for foreigners to obtain Russian citizenship after study. So in this video, I will tell you guys all about this new law, what are the criteria, who is eligible, how to apply and how long it takes. So if this interests you, please watch this video till the end. So what is this new law? This new law was introduced by the Russian government last year but came into effect on the 1st of January 2023, and this new law introduces what they call RVPO that enables foreign students to get Russian resident permit for the entire duration of their study. Before, you could only get 1 year study visa and you have to renew and authenticate it at the end of each year, but with this new RVPO, you can get a resident permit for the entire duration of your study. And an amazing thing is that at the end of your program, you will have 6 months to find a job in Russia, and you can also apply for permanent residency. Previously, after you're done with your school here, you had only 2 weeks to leave Russia, but now the game has changed. RVPO is a very wonderful development because it will now make Russia a competitive country for students to come. Before, many bright and brilliant students have been discouraged from coming here because of this no path to citizenship like other countries have. Like in the UK, Canada, once you're done with school, you can get the post-study visa and find a job and then probably get citizenship in some years. But in Russia, it did not exist before. So this RVPO now makes this possible and is a welcome development, and this would help Russia attract the most brilliant minds to come to Russia to study. Who is eligible? Currently, all full-time foreign students are eligible for RVPO. Students of bachelor's, master's, specialist programs, and also PhD. So as long as you're a full-time student, you are eligible for this RVPO. What are the criteria for obtaining RVPO? So the main criteria is that you have to be a full-time student of any Russian institution. As long as you're a full-time student and you're still in school, you qualify for this RVPO. You can apply by yourself, but your school has to send to the government proof that you are an active student. That is the only major criteria of this RVPO. What documents do you need to submit for RVPO? Number 1, application form duly filled without mistakes. Please be very careful with this because any mistakes, any little error can lead to refusal. Number 2, proof that you're a full-time student. This one has to come from your university. It could be your admission letter or anything from your school that shows that you are a full-time student. Okay, when you're done with this, number 3, you have to translate your Russian. Number 3, translated copy of your passport in Russian language. Number 4, migration card copy. Number 5, registration copy. Number 6, 4 passport photos. Number 7, medical analysis to show that you don't have HIV or tuberculosis. Number 8, certificate to show that you can speak Russian at any level, maybe B1, B2. Number 8, certificate that shows that you can speak Russian. So these are all the documents that you need to submit for your RVPO. As long as everything is correct, the chances of approval is almost sure, 99% guaranteed. Please just avoid any mistakes. Can RVP application be refused? I think technically it can, but it's very rare unless you made a mistake in the whole process. But as long as you provide all the required documents, there is a 99% chance that they're going to approve your RVP application. So the RVPO will last for the entire duration of your study, and then you're going to get an additional 6 months to find a job in Russia, and within that 6 months you can now apply for permanent resident permit in Russia. That's vid na жительство. And on this vid na жительство, after 3 years, you can now obtain Russian citizenship. So the path is like this: RVPO, vid, Russian passport. So that is it. Can RVPO be cancelled? Yes, it's possible to be cancelled. If you get expelled from your school is obligated to report to the government, and the government can revoke your RVPO. So don't think that once you get your RVPO, you can drop out from school or stop going to classes, because it's going to affect you. Once you get expelled, the government can and they will revoke your RVPO. Can you work with RVPO? Yes, I know this question is very important for many people. With RVPO, you can work as much as you want. You can also open a business in Russia. You have basically the same right as someone that has permanent residency in Russia. You can also have access to free medical care from the Russian government. So yes, this RVPO gives you all the right of permanent residency in Russia. What about jobs? Are there jobs in Russia for foreign students? Like I said previously, if you come to Russia as a student and you're not lazy, you're willing to work, you must find a job to survive, because there are many jobs for you to do. For example, I always recommend these two jobs: English teaching jobs and customer care rep. These are the two easiest jobs to do as a foreign student, and you can earn as much as $1,000 or more every month. These two jobs are very easy for you to find. If you come from a French-speaking country, you can also teach French. These are the go-to jobs for foreign students, unless you have technical skills like programming and web development that you can also use to work remotely for foreign companies. But if you're worried about making money in Russia, definitely don't let that bother you so much. I'm not going to lie to you. You cannot compare Russia to Western Europe or America or Canada. But when you come here, you will find jobs that you can survive on, pending when you finish your school, and you can find a better paying job. So don't worry about that. Yes, I understand that cost of living depends on individual lifestyle, and it's different for everybody. But generally speaking, cost of living in Russia is relatively cheaper than other parts of Europe. I made a video in my channel before, and I gave a comprehensive breakdown about the cost of living in Russia. For example, as a student, your dormitory fee costs $30 in a month. There is no other European country that you can find dormitory fee so cheap for international students. Apart from that, other things are also cheaper than in Europe. What about the girls? What about relationships? I know that's one that interests most of the guys that are watching this video. So yeah, in the past, I've made videos about the same topic. I've gone out to ask girls, are you open to dating foreigners? And the majority of the girls are open. Yes, I think it depends mostly on the individuals, yes, because some girls prefer to date only Slavic men, Russian men, while some are open to dating foreigners. It depends on the individuals. But in general, Russian girls are open-minded, and they are open to exploring and also dating men outside their race. So don't worry about it. The girls here are very friendly and nice, and they are very feminine and beautiful. So if you're here and you got game and you're open to meeting somebody, I'm sure you're going to find a Russian girl, a good girl to have a relationship with. So please don't let what the media says about Russians to discourage you. Russia is a beautiful country and life here is beautiful. The issue of racism, to be honest, like I always say, racism exists in every country. In Asia, in Europe, in America, even in Africa, there is racism in every country. I've made videos about this in the past, and I always say that personally, I've had a good experience in Russia. I've not experienced racism. Russians have been very kind to me. Maybe I'm lucky, but I'm really surprised at how good and kind Russians are. They are very open. They were not even what I expected. The Western media painted them as grumpy, angry, evil maniacs, but it's the opposite. Russians are super warm, super welcoming, super hospitable, and it's really wonderful, and I'm really happy I'm in Russia. The Russians I've met here are very super kind, and I'm really surprised at how wonderful they are. Yes, I will tell you that people are going to stare at you. People will ask you for pictures. Sometimes young people can ask you, do you want to smoke weed? Do you want to get high together? Because of the pop culture influence from American rappers, they think that if you're black, you're always going to be open to such things. But I've never really experienced pure racism here in Russia. That's my own personal experience. Somebody else's might be different from mine, but I'm sharing my truth. So that's by the way though. Yes, like I said, there is racism, but as long as you respect the people, the culture, nobody's gonna bother you. As a black man, I feel very safe here. Yeah, I'm gonna say that Russia is a wonderful country. I personally have had good experience in Russia. I met my love here, and I'm happy in this country. I've never experienced any bad thing in this country. The people are friendly, they are super nice, and they are welcoming. When you come to Russia and you have a chance to do so, please come. Russia is a very wonderful country. The people are amazing, they are super nice, and you're going to have a wonderful time here. Still watching this video to this point, thank you so much. I really appreciate you a lot. Like I always say, please come to Russia with an open mind and you will enjoy the country, because the country is full of love and possibilities. So guys, if you have any more questions, please ask me on the comment section below and I will answer all your questions so others can also learn from this. But if you want a private consultation, please don't hesitate to write to me on Telegram Tochi007 or send me an email and I will get back to you. Thank you all and have a beautiful day.